Lemon sharks, or the common lemon shark, also known as Negaprion brevrestes, is a carcharoniform shark that is native to the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. They live in coastal waters, specifically on mangrove swamps and continental shelves and reefs. They are a large shark that is anywhere from like a little bit under 200 pounds, but extremely large individuals have gotten much larger, up to 400 pounds. And they typically are about 8 to 10 feet long, or about 2.4 to 3.1 meters. So they're a pretty good sized shark. They are an apex predator in these coastal ecosystems, and they control populations of marine vertebrates and invertebrates, with a large part of their diet coming from ray-finned fish, as well as cartilaginous fish, and then invertebrates. They are not known to necessarily hunt marine mammals, but I feel like that's kind of cheating because they don't live near that many small marine mammals that they could eat very easily. But then again, on the west coast of the Americas, they potentially, historically, could have interacted a lot more with marine otters, so I guess potentially they had the ability to eat them, but that would take knowledge that historically nobody really recorded, to my knowledge. Now, for this video, we are going to be talking about the population specifically on the east coast of the Americas. And this population is known to be quite migratory. Now, they migrate seasonally, south in the winter, north in the summer, usually to breed and give birth. So off of the coast of Jupiter, Florida, congregations will happen that we assume is mating. We have never seen any of them actually mate or videotaped any lemon sharks actually mating ever, but we are assuming that because after they congregate in these large mixed sex groups, the females go south specifically and give birth in usually mangrove habitats, but potentially also atolls or near the shores and tide pools, apparently. And this is important because lemon sharks don't give parental care. Though they are viviparous, as all requiem sharks, or as most requiem sharks are, and they give birth to live young, but they do not give parental care. So after the female gives birth, she leaves the pups alone, and they typically change as they grow up, called ontogenetic niche shifting. Now, many animals change as they grow older. I don't know why I said it like that. But what makes them special is that they change not only morphologically and physiologically, but also in their trophic stance. So, for example, when a tiger is born, they don't really have a niche. They just kind of rely on their mother, and their mother just continues having the niche of an apex predator tiger. And they don't really do anything substantial. They may hunt a few small mammals as they're growing, but nothing that would really affect an ecosystem until they're almost an adult tiger, and then they are hunting like an adult tiger. So they don't really change niches as they grow up. Now, lemon sharks do. When lemon sharks are young, they stick to eating very small fish or small invertebrates, things that they could easily get. And then as they get larger, they also eat larger and larger things. And this was also seen in their behavior and habitats. Young sharks, like under 2 years of age, typically live in shallow mangroves, tide pools, and similar environments. And as they get older, they'll move into reefs or deeper into the mangrove swamps and atolls. And then as they become like older than 2 years of age, they start moving actually into reefs and deep into the mangroves and recognize their niche as a large predator. Now, Something really cool though is that when they're young, at least, but we have anecdotal evidence that they also still do this to some degree as an adult, they are quite social. These animals will congregate and form what seems to be friendships with other lemon sharks. And they will swim together and partake in hunting together, and in experimental situations that we have done on young lemon sharks, they become familiar with certain sharks and will be unfamiliar with other ones and act accordingly, where they will be a little bit more awkward with sharks that they don't know. So they truly do form friendships. They also are very intelligent, as many of these sharks need to learn what they can and cannot eat. And young lemon sharks have been seen trying to eat vegetation before they learn that they can't do that, which I think is kind of funny. Now, let's go on to lemon shark physiology and descriptions. I've already talked a little bit about their size, but their color, they're off yellow, white, kind of brownish color, gray, that they are. Now, that is to camouflage them when they're younger in, shallow marine habitats like, mangroves. So they blend kind of in with the yellowish, kind of greenish scenery around them, sandy, yellow scenery, and they blend in to hide from predators, which can be anything from American crocodiles and, when they're really young, even seabirds and herons and other large carnivorous fish, groupers, eels, sharks. And then when they're older, it switches more into camouflage for predatory purposes. So they could easily get ray-finned fish and invertebrates, and again, also other sharks or rays. Now, their teeth are very dagger-like, at least for sharks. If you look at a great white shark, they have these kind of Dorito-shaped teeth. That is not what these have. These have teeth that are shaped kind of like a very thin spearhead if you chopped off the two different sides, on either side of it being laterally compressed. They are, again, kind of like daggers, and they are like that so they can hunt marine animals that are slippery, and they don't need to worry, again, too much about mammalian prey, so they can focus more on fishes, so they have different teeth structures to work with that. But this, because they are more of a generalist, is not as extreme as other things like a sand tiger shark, where if you look at their teeth are very pointed, and I would describe them even maybe as piscivorous, which means that they are adapted specifically for eating fish. Which, now that I'm saying it, seems kind of silly. Now, I believe that's it. That's all I got today for lemon sharks. I kind of let that out there. Thank you for whoever decided to watch this for whatever reason. Bye.